Hello, Mega BJJ. Got some rolls. I am a brown belt, about 230, 43 years old. This is a 155-pound blue belt who's about 20 years old. And he grabs my leg and, oh, he's pulling on my head real good. Oh, he's dropping down. He's got that single leg. I wrap it up and he tries to pull me on top of him. I had to stop myself from squishing him. So he uses that as an opportunity to isolate my arm with my head and he gets on top. Oh my gosh, he's feeling super strong up there. He's got me in the old arm triangle. He's locking it up. It's feeling real tight. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is starting to feel really tight. Maybe I should muscle out of this. But no, let's see where he goes with this. And oh, he goes to the arm bar. It's like, oh yeah, he's got the arm bar. Good job, buddy. You got me. You got me. All right, let's stand back up though. Let's go. He's like, oh snap, I just tapped you. He's so happy. I'm like, yeah, I know, you got me. Oh, he's hanging on my head real good. But I do the old little arm spin, and try and take his back, but he inverts. And so I follow him and dump him, but he doesn't concede the position and immediately inverts. I'm sorry, like he reverses the position, gets on top, and I am looking to get deep half, and he backsteps and circles on top of me, and I'm able to re-guard and go to arm drag, and I'm trying to come up and take his back, and he rolls, and I roll with him, and I got the back body lock, and I'm thinking, oh, let me take his back and get the hooks in, but then he doesn't let me, so I try to go to mount, and then he's all slippery, and he squeezes out, and he kicks away, and I lost him. He moves around. He never stops, and he's touching me. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get the takedown. Oh, I got the takedown. All right, here we go. And so right now I'm trying to put my weight on his hips, but he's all like wily and moving around. So I was like, oh, fine, I'll just take his back then. So I got his back finally, and I'm like, okay, we need to slow this match down. This guy needs to stop moving around. So I know I got him locked up here, but then I'm starting to feel guilty about it because like I'm so much bigger than him. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let go of that. But then he's like, he worms his way into full guard, and I open up my tree trunks there so I give him an opportunity to move around. So he does. He comes up and he stands. He's trying to do something crazy here. I don't know. He's grabbing my head, trying to stick me in a cradle. I don't like that. So I let him go to mount. Yeah, that's what happened. I let him do it just so I could just throw him off of me. I just want to remind him that that's always there. I can always just muscle out if I need to, but I'm trying to come up now, trying to use my technique, and instead I put him into this double armbar neck crank, and it's some catch wrestling stuff. It's super mean. Don't do it, except unless you have like a competitive blue belt trying to come after you. Oh, he's yanking on my head. I go to throw by to Merkel, and I slip it, and I don't get it. So he takes my back, and I'm like, oh shoot, I got to get my back to the mat, and like I try to entangle his legs, but he's shot away. So I hopped on top of the cow catcher, and then he grabs my head and comes up on top, and then I invert and I kick him away, and then I tried to go arm drag, and he rolled, and so I grabbed and gator rolled his leg, and then I'm gonna go drag to recover guard. I'm gonna immediately go for closed guard and try to slow it down, and I was like, nah, screw this, I'm gonna sweep this kid. So I get back up on top, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to arm bar, and honestly, I got this thing ready to go. I'm strong enough to just rip this kid's arm off, but like, you know what? We're not going to do that. We're going to hop on top, and we're just going to give him a little bit of neck cranky pressure again, but I feel bad, so I'm going to go ahead and just try to pull him onto his back here. So I'm giving him the old shoulder lock, and then I'm going to go ahead and stand up. I'm going to do a back step to mount, and then I got my mount, and then I'm just going to just kind of squish him a little bit, take a break. Oh, he slides out the back. I lose my balance, and I fall on the floor. I am super gassed at this point. I am thinking to myself, why am I trying to keep up with this guy? And he tries to do something like mount, but instead he goes to half guard. And everybody knows that you don't go into a brown belt's half guard, especially one that's twice your size. And then he tries to isolate my arm, like, no, so we're not going to do that. So I use his arm as a leverage point, and then I circle around a la curly shuffle, and then I isolate him and then tap him out there with that little armbar trick. It's a super tricky brown belt thing to do to a young blue belt, but you know what? He asked for this. Slap, bump, beat, boop. Oh, going for a takedown right away. Oh my gosh. He sprawls, good hips. I immediately go for arm bar. He doesn't like it. I'm going to have to sit up from the omoplata. Got the omoplata. He rolls. He's able to get out. I'm going for the ankle. Oh, I fell off. I'm so tired. Oh, he's so young. He's on my back. He's got my neck. Oh my gosh. He taps me out a second time. This is such a tiring role. I can't do this anymore. I gotta take a break.